Hey, beautiful people. This morning we are going to be sharing on the brain. And I read this quotation somewhere where someone said, if we were to tell some people that the brain is an app, they will start using it. Yes, the brain is an app. I want to ask, are you making good use of your brain or not? Are we making good use of our brains? Maybe up till now we did not know that it's an app for us to make full use of it. It baffles me and it surprises me when some people think that they know the mind of God. They speak as if they know the mind of God. They speak with such boldness as if they own God. I don't want to say as if God lives in their house, because God lives in everyone's house, insofar as you are a believer. Insofar as you believe in the master of the universe, you believe there's a supreme power that governs everything that happens on the earth and above and beyond. You know, at times, people limit or people summarize God in their limited experiences. My dear, God is bigger than your own personal experience with Him. And don't limit Him to that unique experience you had with Him or you have with Him. God is bigger than your personal experience. He reveals Himself to every individual depending on their need and depending on what kind of encounter or revelation He wants them to have about Him. Take note. God reveals Himself to an individual depending on what kind of revelation or encounter He wants that individual to have with Him. But don't limit Him to that your unique experience with Him. God is bigger than that. That is why the scripture says, we see in part and prophesy in part. You cannot understand God in total, in whole. You cannot. We are too small to understand Him. Whatever revelation He has given us of Himself, take it at that and be grateful, because He is too big for your small mind and small brain to limit Him to that unique experience you have with Him. And so it's up to you to stop judging other people's encounters and experiences with Him based on your own individual experience with Him. God reveals Himself to you based on what He wants you to experience, based on the revelation He wants you to know about Him, and based on your personal relationship with Him. It's just like an exam question. By the time you are going to God with a concern, with a request. And so He answers you based on that request. Know that you don't have all the questions on this earth to ask Him. So He reveals Himself to you based on that unique request you made, or based at times at the particular revelation or experience He will want you to have. And once you have that, be excited about it and share His goodness based on your experience. But don't think that limited experience you have with God is what you can limit God to or summarize Him to be. No, God is bigger than everyone's experience put together. That is why His love is deeper than the ocean and wider than the sea. You cannot understand Him and you cannot understand the way He operates. So whatever level that you find yourself or whatever experience you have with Him, be grateful. Share that experience with some excitement, but don't cage God to that unique experience. God is far beyond that. Let us celebrate His grace, celebrate His mercy, celebrate His revelation to us as individuals, and bring those different experiences to be able to be grateful and celebrate God, but not as a unique experience of limiting Him to those experiences. God is far beyond that. So if you are here listening to me and you have been thinking that you know God in total, you just know a pinch of Him, just a little pinch. And even in the scriptures, he tells you, if your faith can be as little as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. He's saying that if your faith can be as little as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Imagine if your faith is as big or bigger than that. How far can you go? So that little faith that you have, you are doing or having the experiences of God you are having. My dear, don't get too excited and speak too much. Just be grateful and share your experience with some humility. Stop judging other people's experiences. Rather, put these different experiences together to be able to enjoy how beautiful the beauty of God, the wisdom of God, the grace of God, the magnitude of his wisdom and might and power. All those little experiences he shows us, or he makes us to enjoy. It's just to make us understand how good he is. But it's not for you to limit him into one little box of your unique experience. I hope I make some sense this morning. Good morning.